I can remember three different phases of why questions that I got as my kids grew from children to adults, and I was prepared only for the first two. The first was that repeated why of new discovery, as a young child asks why things are the way they are. As much as I could, I tried to give answers that balanced completeness with age-appropriateness. The second phase was the why not phase, and that often felt a little more challenging. Why can't we do this? Why don't we do things this way? As the parent, I would often give direct answers, explaining exactly why we don't do certain things. I realize now that taking a coach approach and asking them questions to help them discover their own arguments for or against certain decisions might have been better. But it's that third phase that I want to talk about today. It's the one that extends long into adulthood and, in my opinion, best reflects the kinds of why questions that tend to surface as you're leading a team. The question looks the same as that second phase. You have a plan in mind, and maybe you're already putting it into action, and then someone questions your decision. I recall when my 9-year-old son was helping me with a backyard construction project. He watched how much of a struggle my electric drill was having, driving long screws through landscape timbers. He looked at me and he said, "Why don't you drill a hole through it first, and then put the screw in?" Honestly, it just hadn't occurred to me that adding that extra step to this physical process would actually make it easier. In my head, I tried to formulate an argument in favor of simplicity and keeping things the way they were. But I realized that argument wouldn't stand up to scrutiny. I had reached the third phase. The best response to why not was no longer a direct answer. Instead, it was, "That's a good idea. Let's try that." This was supposed to be a project for his education, but it turned out that in that moment, he was the teacher and I became the student. And as you advance in leadership, especially in a technology organization, you'll find that some of the best ideas masquerade as questions that feel like challenges to your position or to your intelligence. When you can embrace the change of direction that comes from a creative why or why not question, you'll see more success for yourself, for your team, and for the growth of those who ask the question.